Hello there, my dear friends. Welcome to IntlLaw. I'm Dina. So nice to meet you. With thanks to my dear colleagues, Professor Banu and Walter, who created amazing videos about the introduction and sources of international law, from today we will continue the Academy's journey together about subjects of international law. And how exciting is that? I want to welcome you to my notebook. It's nothing fancy, just a wide white page, the kind where ideas love to breathe. Every time I open this notebook, I whisper my little slogan. It helps me remember why we're here. Let's paint the law alive. Because international law isn't a museum of frozen rules. It's a living, breathing story of the beings who share this planet. And today, the very first question is, who are the characters of that story? Who are the subjects of international law? Together, we are going to talk about them. If you're ready, let's draw. You might be wondering, what does it mean to be a subject of international law? In the simplest sense, it means having a legal personality in the international community, the ability to hold rights, carry obligations, and act on the global stage. Imagine the world as a great orchestra. Every subject is an instrument. Some are ancient cellos, some bright trumpets, some soft flutes. To be a subject is to have a voice that others can hear and recognize. Without that recognition, even the most beautiful melody remains unheard. So, being a subject isn't just about existing. It's about being acknowledged by others as part of the law's harmony. For any actor to truly live in this orchestra, it must have three capacities. First, the capacity to act, to sign, to decide, to create legal effects. Second, the capacity to bear responsibility, to answer when actions break the harmony. Third, the capacity to make claims, to stand up and say, "This is my right." Think of it as breathing. Inhale, exhale, speak. Without one, the rhythm stops. These capacities turn an idea into a person, a mark into a voice, a drawing into a living subject. For a long time, international law was a very exclusive painting. Only states were drawn on the page. They were the architects of treaties, the keepers of borders, the composers of rules. But then, after the world's great wars, new shapes appeared. International organizations rose to coordinate the world's common goals: health, peace, justice, the environment. They received what we call functional personality, limited but powerful, the ability to act where states agreed they should. Soon after, something extraordinary happened. Individuals, yes, ordinary human beings, stepped onto the canvas. Through human rights and international criminal law, they gained voices of their own. They could claim justice before international courts, and if they committed grave crimes, be held accountable by the world itself. And the picture kept expanding. We now speak of non-governmental organizations, corporations, national liberation movements, and even the International Committee of the Red Cross, all of whom carry fragments of legal personality. Their powers are partial, but their influence immense. Some scholars even ask, could nature itself, rivers, forests, ecosystems, become the next subject of international law, or perhaps artificial intelligence one day? Our drawing is not finished. The ink of international law is still wet. Let's pause for a moment and step back from our painting. What do the thinkers, philosophers, and jurists see when they look at this picture? That's complicated, isn't it? Each observer brings a different lens. Some see harmony and order, others see tensions and gaps, and yet others look for hidden patterns or emerging subjects. What do you think about this? Well, the traditionalists insist that only states truly exist in law. They are the trunk of our tree, the foundation of sovereignty. Without them, the branches fall. The realists, or pragmatists, say the question is simpler. If something acts like a subject and is treated like a subject, then it is one. For them, practice, not principle, gives life. And then there are the humanists, my favorite branch. They believe that the ultimate purpose of all law is the dignity of the human person. To them, recognizing individuals as subjects isn't generosity, it's justice. Together, these schools remind us that international law is not static. It's a conversation between what is, what works, and what ought to be. Now, let's look beyond our notebook, at the living world outside. Subjects of international law are constantly interacting. States negotiate treaties. Organizations coordinate efforts across borders. Individuals petition for human rights. Corporations shape economies that ripple through nations. Every treaty signed, every humanitarian mission, every judgment of an international court, these are brushstrokes on the same canvas. Some bright, some dark, but all part of the same picture. And in that picture, subjecthood is not a title. It's a relationship. It exists only where recognition, responsibility, and interaction meet. Okay, today we've only drawn the outline. We met the main characters, traced their capacities, and glimpsed how theory and reality weave them together. But our story is just beginning. In the next pages, we'll open this notebook again and meet each subject more closely. The state, the individual, the organization, and those emerging voices waiting at the margins of law. I hope you keep your curiosity alive and your pencils sharp, because this journey isn't just about memorizing categories. It's about seeing the world differently. So, until our next page, let's paint the law alive.